beforehand. One of the things that I often talk about with my clients is just the ability to know what information are within your walls and where it's coming in, where it resides, and where it's going. Something we refer to as data mapping or inventorying. Do you have any thoughts on that in terms of how to comply with some of the requirements under these data privacy laws in that sense, and being able to utilize either mapping or inventorying?
You know, that is a huge challenge for a lot of organizations, and it seems to just grow in complexity with the addition of SaaS applications and additional copies of the data being placed with different third parties. And then you as an organization trying to keep track of where all that is. And if you're a large organization, you have different departments that might be collecting or buying that data. They have different processes in place. The IT teams and the security teams may not fully understand where all of the data sits within the organization. And so when it comes to compliance and it comes to these data mapping exercises, it can be really tough. And I've been part of them where it's just interview after interview after interview because that we have no other tools. And so we just collect everyone we can in the organization and just ask them and just chase it down. And that's obviously an expensive process. It's time consuming and it's prone to errors. So as a technologist, then, you know, we approach this challenge from a perspective of network discovery and cloud discovery. And if I have technologies in place that allow me to watch and prevent some sort of malicious action, I can use those same technologies to watch and document what kind of data is flowing around the network and where is it going to. And then when you have that kind of data set and you sit down then to have kind of the internal interview on how are these processes being used, you can validate then your data mapping with the humans involved and really get a more robust picture of where the data sits, how it's being used, how it's being collected. And I'm sure you have a checklist that you go down for each one of these conversations, but having the ability to map that data usage technically is incredibly powerful. And obviously when it comes ultimately to that definition of reasonable, the question that's going to get asked in the deposition is, well, how did you go about collecting that data, the data inventory?